Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is your captain speaking. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today we're flying the territory of wealth inequality, or the battle for resources. Jealousy. It's always been a thing for humans. And this covers wealth inequality. This covers why we compete so much for everything. We fight over everything. This has been going on since Cain and Abel. Cain was jealous of his brother, so he killed him. This is not a new concept. It's just hardwired into us. So all throughout human history, we fight over everything. Fighting over food, water, everything. It really is a competition. This explains the ultimate fight. It's like when employer versus employees. Employees want more money. Employers want to watch their budgets. There's only so many jobs, only so much money that the company can afford to pay the employees. It's always a fight. It boils down to this. It's always been this way and will never change. Where do I want to start? Okay. So, because in this, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. The rich want to get richer while the poor stay poor. And there's only so much food and water and electricity to go around. That's an absolute fact. So no, I did not mean to do that. Okay, why do humans fight over land, money, power? I asked ChatGPT because I wanted to pull up the history and the evolution and psychology of wealth inequality, the battle for resources. That's what this is all about. Really, if you really get right down to it, it's always been about that. And that's why people say, oh my gosh, the Europeans come over here, took the land away from the Indians. Well, yeah, we kind of did. So the evolution of the battle for resources, we have always had to battle for everything. I mean, it's like, so in history, we lived in small tribes. Food was limited, water sources were limited, territory meant survival. That's the way it has always been this way. Psychologists call this resource competition. Even in dating, there's only so many attractive women available, right? Even you guys out there say there's only so many attractive women to so many males hoping to secure that. That's why they call them trophy wives. The guys that are lucky enough to get an attractive female are lucky. The other guys get what's left over. I just made a video about why women are attracted to the man in uniform. They like strong men. Like men like strong women. We like women who are young, attractive. They can be good mothers, good housewives. Women, on the other hand, look for strong warriors, the strong man. They always have. They look for the man with the resources. They look for the man who can provide. it's still a battle for resources. Absolutely it is. Survival of the fittest from Charles Darwin. The idea, organisms that compete best survive and reproduce. That is absolutely, Darwin got that part right. It's kind of like I just put out a podcast on Spotify about the coming AI revolution. Those companies that adapted and adopted AI or the internet when it was first coming out, AI has been with us for a long time, many decades, believe it or not. It's been around for a long, long time. Companies like Sears and Blockbuster that didn't adopt, they're gone. So you can say, Jeremiah, I don't want to adopt AI. Those that do know where it's going. It's like, if it were me, I'd have robots in every fast food joint. I'd have robots making French fries, working the drive-thru. How hard would that be? Think about that, folks. How hard would it be to teach an AI-powered robot to make French fries? And that's all it has to do. Just that one thing. Small, medium, large. How hard is that? Easy. Easy to train, easy to network, and easy to scale. If I'm thinking it, who else is thinking it? So back to the battle. It's like, this is why countries go to war with each other. They're battling over resources. Why is Russia attacking Ukraine? Resources. That's the bottom line. Putin wants that seaport. And so even in the world of business, the world of dating or relationships, those who, it is survival of the fittest. It really is. They don't call them trophy wives for nothing. They're trophy husbands too. Women who land the man with the resources, who can provide for their family. They can be trophy husbands too. Not only do they have resources, they happen to be attractive. It kind of goes hand in hand, because in the business world, guys that are attractive, who take good care of themselves, respect themselves, they're going to succeed in the business world as well. It kind of goes hand in hand. That's a fact. You don't have to like that fact, but that's a fact. So I got my show notes in front of me just to stay focused. Humans evolved with in-group versus out-group thinking. Okay. So psychological instinct. This is why we're divided between the red team, blue team. This kind of explains a lot. We are very tribalistic. There are even the people who follow the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, everything Chiefs. I know sports enthusiasts. I mean, they practically worship that ball team. Heaven forbid you should follow another team or criticize this guy's quarterback. Heaven forbid you should criticize Patrick Mahomes. It's like you committed a crime. This is absolutely true. We're very tribalistic. You gotta protect your group, distrust outsiders, and compete for limited resources. That's life, folks. You're competing for jobs. I've heard that people can't get good jobs. You're competing. They put out all these applications, and every time you apply for a job, you're competing with hundreds of other applicants. This is absolutely true. We are competing in everything. It takes social media. Let's talk about social media for a second. We're competing for eyeballs. Do you know how many content creators there are on the planet? About 300 million. Do you know how many active YouTube channels there are? About 115 million active YouTube channels. Active. Right now. And each of them are competing for eyeballs. Now think about that. The market is oversaturated. Almost everybody you know has a podcast. Now, in a saturated market with everyone having a podcast, not everybody's going to win. Even on YouTube, I was just watching a couple of YouTube videos today. And this is an absolute fact. I was just watching, and one guy complaining, and I hear this a lot from YouTubers, a lot. And they say the same thing. YouTube is burying me. The algorithm hates me, and what they're missing out on, they're missing the point. While they think YouTube is shadow banning them, I hear this said a lot. Oh my gosh, my subscriber count's going down. I'm not getting as many viewers. And what am I going to do? And the bigger channels are panicking. They are in panic mode. Me, I'm rinky-dink. I'm debt-free. I'd make these videos even if I only had one subscriber. I got a handful of people that have been watching me for years. I got this friend Mel. She's been watching me for years. For years. She comments every once in a while. Good video. Yeah. She's been following me for years. And so, and my channel is diverse. It's not one thing. I talk about anything and everything under the sun. So, no two videos are the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm not repeating myself on every video. The problem with some of these channels is they get caught in this loop. And they got to put out the same content every day. Every day. Not even Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Rogers did that. Now, I know this video is about competing, right? Competition. We're talking about competition, competing for resources. Okay, we're still on that topic. So, let me make my point here. Now, you look at Shark Tank. I was a big fan of Shark Tank. Did you know that the entire season of Shark Tank is shot in 1 week? And The Price is Right, they shot multiple episodes every day. In 1 month, they have the whole year Price is Right shot. Then they edited and they put them out. It looks like it's a new episode every day. But in fact, they were all shot back to back. I know Price is Right followed a formula. I know a lot of shows followed formulas. But only certain episodes stood out amongst the fans. I'm a big fan of Knight Rider, right? Now, it's a forgotten TV show. But only about 5 or 6 episodes stand out with the fans. And the rest of them they don't care about. Like Kit versus Car. That's the only one fans talk about. Kit versus Goliath. That's it. And that's it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes that stand out. 2 episodes dealing with Goliath and 2 dealing with Car. And the rest of the series, nobody talks about it. The shows are there, they exist, but they follow the same formula. So a lot of YouTubers are under stress because what's happened is, I'm going to be honest. I have certain YouTube channels that I watch sometimes, but then I go away for a while. You know, like Better Bachelor. Okay, I'll watch Better Bachelor, and okay, he's okay, but everyone, then I'll go for a while and not watch any of his videos. He's done nothing wrong. It's just that every video is the same as the other. One after the other. There's no diversity. He's not telling me anything new. He's not giving me something new, something fresh. It's the same stuff. A rerun. In my generation, we grew up with reruns. So when I see these YouTubers and they get caught in this loop, and they get stuck on this topic, they got to stay on that topic in every video, or they don't have viewers. But then the viewers get tired of it because it's very repetitive. Then their channels start to sink. Why? Because people like me get tired of it. I want something new, something different. Give me something unique. So there's 300 million content creators. And you got a lot of YouTubers who sunk a lot of money. Take like this really big channel. It's got over 1 million subs. And he just said, I'm hiring all these employees. Oh, his budget's got to be huge. And what happens when his channel falls off a cliff? What's this guy going to do? He's somewhere in the UK. All right, he's British, I think. I'm not going to mention his channel because let's say he's a big creator. He's spent a lot of money. He's invested a lot of time, effort, and money building his channel when you can't stay on top forever. Nobody does. What's this guy going to do when his ratings tank? And they're going to tank. This happens to everyone. Nobody has a hit record forever. Nobody stays on the top of the Billboard charts. Nobody stays in the Hot 100 even. That's just life. We're competing for eyeballs. We're competing for ears on Spotify. There's just too many content creators. Between all the platforms, globally, there's over 300 million content creators. Globally. On all the platforms put together. So the market is oversaturated. Like I said, we're competing for eyeballs. We're competing for resources. There's only a limited amount of resources. Not only that, but we're competing for the resources who have money. That would be China, America, Germany, and maybe Russia. That's it. We got the UK, but when it comes to the biggest economies in the world, the 3 largest economies, United States, China, and Germany. Look it up. And so that's where you're to concentrate your audience. So I have to have an audience in China because they actually have money to spend. Germany because they have money to spend. United States because they have money to spend. Why would I go to a country where people are broke and they don't have money to spend? Why would you advertise to broke people? You wouldn't. You want to go where the markets are strong, the strongest economies. That's an absolute fact. People who can buy your t-shirts, subscribe to your channel, and support your channel. So we are competing for resources, and it is. This deals with everything. Even in dating, there's only so many attractive women available, and the other guys get the leftovers. And the women say even with women, there's only so many men out there who have the resources to provide for a family. They're healthy. I'm healthy still. I can definitely provide. There's no problem there. I've got money. I'm not rich, but I'm not dirt poor. I'm in the upper 20% financially. Civilization simply changed what we fight over. So even with YouTubers, like I was telling you, I've got these YouTubers that complain they're not getting viewers. They think it's a conspiracy against them by YouTube. No, it's not the algorithm. It's not YouTube conspiring against you, against me. It's global competition for eyeballs and ears. That's what it is. The market is oversaturated. Your channel will be popular for a while. You're the flavor of the month, and then you're not. Nobody stays on top forever. Not even Joe Rogan. Joe knows this. Nobody stays on top. You don't. Instead of hunting land, humans fought over gold, trade routes, oil, territory. Yeah. Same. Look at the digital world. We're kind of fighting over that right now, but in a digital sense. Like I said, Cain killed his brother. Conflicts, World War I, competition for power and resources. It's always been about that. World War II, same thing. Scarcity psychology. I did a whole YouTube podcast about a year ago. The scarcity mindset, look it up. Scarcity makes people behave differently. That's true. Psychologists calls it the scarcity mindset. I did a whole about this. When a product feels rare, it becomes more valuable. I got certain YouTube channels that were very valuable to me because I didn't know when they're going to put out their next video. I have no clue. And that made them rare. That made them precious. That made them valuable to me. Now I got this one guy, I really love him a lot. But he's overdoing it now. I really fear for him. He's over flooding the market. He's putting out 3 or 4 videos a day, instead of 2 or 3 a week. And he didn't know when his next video was going to come out. And you look forward to it. You anticipated it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. With my channel, you don't know. So it's like, when is the captain coming back? I can't wait for his next video. We don't even know what he's going to talk about. Some videos, this guy, I ramble on. I'm good background noise is what I am. Because you don't know. I'm not putting out 3 or 4 videos a day. I happen to have the day off today. I got tomorrow off. I forgot what tomorrow's video is going to be about. Dadgummit. Shit. And it'll come to me and I'm going to write it down. When it comes to me, I'm going to write it down so I won't forget what I was going to talk about for tomorrow's video. Because I forgot already. And I think this is one of the topics, because I was going to talk about scarcity and talk about how we are fighting over resources. Because that's what it boils down to. Even politically, red team versus the blue team. I'm not on either team. I think more and more people are turning to the middle ground now. I am not alone in that. When resources feel limited, people become more aggressive, more competitive, less cooperative. True. Scarcity. Oh yeah, the toilet paper disappears off the shelves. Remember that? Scarcity. Oh my God. I gotta get toilet paper right away. Two groups of boys are put in a camp and forced to compete for resources. Result: hostility, tribalism, fighting, just from competition. Surprise, surprise. Modern resource wars. Today the same instincts exist, but the resources changed. Example, oil, rare earth minerals, water, technology, data. Like I was talking about, we're competing for eyeballs on social media. That's the new currency right now. Everybody wants their videos to go viral. Everybody wants 1 million subs. Everybody wants to be a big YouTuber. I don't. I'm happy being a small channel. Yeah, I'd like to get up to 6,000 subs again. I'd like to see 10,000 subs. I wouldn't mind getting that silver plaque for 100,000. Just for the sake of it. But every step I take to get there, I gotta stay debt free. Have money in the bank, so when my fame disappears, and it will, I guarantee it, it will. When my viewership drops off, and it will, that's an absolute fact. This happens to every musical artist. Nobody stays on the Billboard 100 forever. It's hard to get new fans, even Fleetwood Mac. As long as they've been around, they have their fans are my generation and older. They're not getting the newer generation. I talk to young people, they've never heard of Bon Jovi. So Bon Jovi can fill up stadiums, but he's got his old fans that grew up listening to him in a shared culture. We don't have a shared culture anymore. We're too atomized now. And so those days are long gone. But Bon Jovi's not getting any new audiences. Think about who goes to his concerts. Just saying. The psychological twist. Here's the interesting part. Humans don't just compete for survival anymore. We compete for status. I was just talking about that. YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform you're on. We are now judged on how many followers we have. It's like you're judged on how many viewers you have, how many subscribers you got on your channel. You're judged on that. There's a value placed on you. What are you going to do when the ratings fall off? And that will. Happens to everybody. Happened to Knight Rider, The Brady Bunch, Star Trek. Nobody stays popular forever. Nobody. Star Trek is constantly reinventing itself, and fans don't always accept it. There's another one called Starfleet Academy. It looks like it totally sucks. I've never watched it. I don't have time for it. I just don't have the time. Every time Star Trek or Star Wars creates a new show, it's like I hear about it. I might watch a review or two on YouTube. I just don't have time for it. I work a lot. I have friends and family I want to spend time with. I don't have time to sit and watch Star Trek. Status can mean money, fame, power, social media attention. See, I was just talking about that. Social media attention. That's the new economy. That it really is. I'm not kidding. We're still having status over money. That is never going to change. Fame, everybody wants to be popular. There's a reason American Idol is out there. America's Got Talent. And that's now a global thing. Everybody wants to be the most popular kid. Everybody wants to be popular. I don't. You can keep it. I like my privacy. I don't like popularity. I just don't. I'm old. I'm 58. I just don't care. I mean, I appreciate the viewers I do have, subscribers I do have. Yes, I want to have more, of course I do. But deep down, I can't take it with me. I'm prepared for the day that I'm gonna have a couple more videos that go viral. I don't know which ones it will be. I have no idea. And then you're not popular. This happens to YouTubers all the time. They have 1 or 2 good videos that go viral. They do really well, but they can't hold on to that. So they just die off. You're not going to stay popular. Nobody does. Nobody stays popular. I just feel bad for all these YouTubers who build big enterprises and spend tens of thousands of dollars, go deep into debt, thinking it's going to last forever. That's a mistake. It won't last. Then they start sweating when their view count goes down, because they're forgetting, because they didn't do their market research, they're forgetting about how many competitors they have. 300 million of them. And they're all trying to do the same thing, compete for the same resources, the same eyeballs. If humans evolved to compete for resources, can we ever truly escape that instinct? Or are we still ancient tribes, just fighting with modern tools? We're not going to fight that. We can't fight that instinct. It's going to be with us forever, because it's hardwired into us. There's only so much water on this planet, so much food, so much land, so much money to go around. Humans will always fight. Yes, absolutely. And I'm glad I made this video, because I've been wanting to talk about this, about why we compete. It's hardwired into us. We're made this way. Cain killed his brother. We compete for everything. So many YouTubers, because this is the modern currency now, is attention. This is the attention economy, they call it. And that's why I stress about it, because I just seen 2 YouTubers complain about viewer count. And I'm guessing they spend a lot of money building their fancy studios. They spend a lot of money on fancy equipment. I hope they're debt free, because I bet they ain't. And they were betting on this YouTube money always coming in. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to be popular for a while. You have 2 or 3 hit videos, like having 2 or 3 hit songs, and that's it. You're done. You just aren't. Now take like the rock band Men at Work. It's been decades since we've heard from them. Their album Business as Usual, then they had a follow-up called Cargo, and they haven't done a whole lot since. Who Can It Be Now, Land Down Under, those were big hits, and then they just died off. Like I said, nobody stays popular forever. The problem with YouTubers, and the same mistake is made over and over, they think they're going to stay popular forever. I got a popular YouTuber, I'm not going to mention his name because I love this guy a lot, but I really worry he's flooding the market with too many videos. He's put out too much, and it's overwhelming. I liked it better when he was sporadic, because he had more value, and you look forward to it. You anticipated it, and that's the problem with social media content. When I was growing up, we only had 3 channels to choose from. If you missed it, you missed it. Now we have everything at our fingertips. everything. You're not only competing for eyeballs with other content creators, you're competing with all the platforms like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, all the streaming platforms. You're also competing with them. Absolutely you are. You're also competing with physical media. If you're a YouTuber, you're competing because if you're scrolling, you're on TikTok, you're not on YouTube. If I put on a DVD, I'm watching a movie, I'm not watching you. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. This goes for Hollywood, this goes for everybody. Star Trek puts out a new TV series, I'm not watching it. If I'm on YouTube, I'm not watching Star Trek. If I'm on YouTube, I'm not watching Hollywood's content. I'm not watching The View. I don't like The View anyway, but I'm just saying, I'm not watching legacy media. If you're scrolling on TikTok, you're not watching legacy media. So yes, it's a competition. And not everybody's going to win. There's going to be a lot of channels that's going to go down. They're going to quit making content. Or their channels will just disappear, or they'll just stop. That's going to happen to more and more and more creators. If you're a young person, I don't know what to tell you. I make these videos for fun. Yes, I'm monetized. If I make so little money, it's irrelevant. So I want to thank everybody for coming aboard. I'm glad you went on this journey with me after 35 minutes. I ramble on. I recorded another video earlier today about 4 brothers who can't get laid. It's true. I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me. And I also recorded 2 Spotify podcasts in a single day. One about the coming AI revolution. The other one is on the 4 brothers. Yeah, I did a YouTube version and a Spotify version. And so we're coming close to the end of this video. So this is where I run my ad. Yeah, my personal ad. At the end of the video, because you clicked on it, the content, now for the advertisement. I put my ad at the end so it doesn't irritate people. And this is my ad. Hit that like button. There's a hype button. Hit that one too. And hype this video. Comment on this video. What are your thoughts? Play this video to the end. Play it in the background while you do your work. That's how you support this channel. There's also a tiny little heart. So if you want to send a monetary thank you, you can. I'm not against that. If I could just get 1 million people to do that, man, I'd be set for life. So, this is my ad. Like, comment, share, like, comment, subscribe. You know the routine. Every YouTuber tells you to do that. Yes, I want to get to 6,000 subs. I need you to help me. It costs you nothing. This is the free part. The only part that you got to pay for is a little thank you button. For as little as $1.99. That's not that much, really. But I understand you got a tight budget. You can still do it for free. There are many ways, by hyping the video, by commenting on it, playing it to the end, liking it, subscribing to the channel, sharing this with your friends. Yes, all that stuff. That's my ad. And with my channel, I don't have a particular niche. Now this is where also the part where I'm going to start doing some shout outs. I saved this till the end. Because I tried shouting out a couple of channels, but those versions of the video never made it to YouTube because I scrapped them. So this will definitely go to YouTube. Shout out Formless Jeff. He's got a channel where he tells scary horror stories. Jeff, I'm going to let you know that I shouted you out. The only thing you need to add to your videos is ominous music, scary music. Suno, you can go to AI. You can create your own scary background music for your storytelling videos. Formless Jeff is an awesome storyteller. Formless Jeff, you're awesome. He also reached out to me saying, because I suffer from depression, that if I needed someone to talk to. So I want to thank Formless Jeff for reaching out to me. Jimmy Rants, he's a 71-year-old guy. His wife recently passed away. I know what it's like to lose a wife. Mine passed away some time ago. Now it's been a couple of years now, but I do know what it's like to lose someone you love and to lose a spouse. And he's just like me. He just gets in front of a camera and talks. The only thing I do is add a couple of lights and a microphone. I mean, yeah, a microphone. I gotta hold this microphone up. Now you can hear me clearly, right? All of a sudden I'm loud. I should have had this microphone closer up, but I got it down here. You can still hear me. And so, microphone, lights, that's it. I do very little editing. I hate editing. I hate it. I got a friend of mine. She enjoys it. She does graphic designs. I'm going to talk to her, send her a private video just for her. And so a shout out to Jimmy Rants, shout out to JW Durbin, shout out to Formless Jeff. And sometimes I watch a channel for a while and sometimes I don't. They've done nothing wrong. It's just that I grew out of it. They're not saying anything different. It's just a rerun of the same old thing. They're not trying to change it up. Sometimes change is good for a channel. Sometimes diversity is good. Oh, that was the topic for tomorrow's video, diversity. It kind of goes along with this one. We're going to talk a little bit about diversity and why DEI cannot work. I'll give you an example of diversity before I make the video tomorrow. If I stick to that topic, diversity. Why it doesn't work? People want to be with their own kind. What I was just talking about. We're tribalistic. I mean, you're a Chiefs fan. You want to hang around a bunch of Cowboys fans? No. If you're a teenager, you want to hang around a bunch of senior citizens? No. You want to be around other teenagers. That's life. It's just, that's a natural thing. So I want to thank everybody for coming aboard. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm repeating myself again. See, now I'm doing it. We're up to 40 minutes. Man, that's going to be a miracle. Why do I ramble on? We were talking about today's topic, competition, scarcity, tribalism, battle for resources. Yes, the scarcity mindset. That might be my title. So, um, actually, it gave me some titles, didn't it? Human text, humans will always fight. Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming aboard. It's hard to say au revoir, so au gratin. I'm glad we spent this time together. This is my second video I made today. Oh my god, I've been putting out content today, like heavy content. And I just got my passion back, so man, I've just been putting out content. And I just don't want to put out too much content too fast. We're trying to think of talking about diversity for tomorrow's video. It's hard to say au revoir, so au gratin. It's hard to say au revoir, so au gratin. Au gratin, everybody. Uh-oh, it's my magic finger. And you know what I'm getting ready to do, right? I'm getting ready to push that button. It's going to go for that button. I know it. Oh, it's getting closer and closer. It's getting closer to that button. Oh no!
It's only you. Get back for me, babe. It's only you. Don't need a damn way. It's only you. Don't need a damn. It's only you.
It's really good.